Should I just 98.6 Alpha FM, your inspiration. Ini dia radio paling hits di Malang. Hello, Elfriend. It's me, Lala Luna, and today I've got the chance and I've got to speak or have a chat with the one and only multi-talented UK soloist James Berkeley. And let me just introduce what kind of person or what kind of artist he is before we get into our chat. First of all, okay, today's guest is a multi-talented musician whose voice and music feels like warm sunlight breaking through heavy clouds. His music will get you that warm fuzzy feelings inside, from being the soulful frontman of the UK's neo soul band Yakul to now boldly stepping into his spotlight as a solo artist. We're talking about none other than James Berkeley. So, with his debut solo album Lost Boy Golden Hour and the deeply touching lead single Give Me Love, James will blend soul, jazz, dream pop, and electronics into something that feels intimate and wide open at once. So, let's give a big warm welcome to the man behind the music, James Berkeley. Hello, James.
Hello, Lola. That was such a beautiful intro. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, I think you deserve it. I think you deserve it. Okay.
That's very
So,
kind.
how's life? How's life?
It's good. It is. It feels very, very good to have this album out. I feel I'm trying to allow myself to feel proud of what I've accomplished, and yeah, just kind of like be able to bask in like the achievement of getting it out. It's so easy to just get straight back to it and be like on to the next, on to the next. So I'm trying to take it a little bit slower and just enjoy having this album out in the world.
Nice. So I see you're excited to go through on this journey of being a soloist, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you were in a band called Yakul for how much was it? 7 years?
Yeah, like 7, 8 years. It was
Yeah,
yeah, it was quite a chunk of time.
from 2017 to 2024. Am I correct?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So how was it? What was the big thing, or what kind of life event that happened that inspired you to embark on your solo journey?
So the thing that kind of helped me come to the decision, it was actually a book that I read last summer. So yeah, cool. One of the last shows that we played was Java Jazz Festival
Okay.
last summer. And yeah, after we played that festival, me and my girlfriend had a 2 week holiday in Bali, which was just totally reset me. It was amazing. And then when I got back home to the UK, I started gravitating towards a book that I'd had for about a year called The Artist's Way. So it's kind of like a extended course all about unblocking yourself creatively, reconnecting with your inner artist, reconnecting with your inner child. And through the exercises in that book, it helped me realize that the band had kind of run its course, which was a hard decision to come to. Subconsciously, I think I already knew that. It was just, we've been doing it for so long, it was hard to let go of it. And from the outside, everything seemed like it was going well, but just we'd all moved on in our lives, and no one was able to put in enough time to make it work long term. So I had wanted to pursue a solo thing for a while, but it was quite scary and uncomfortable starting something from scratch after so many years of doing a band and kind of building it up to this point, building a fan base. I definitely had a lot of thoughts like, can I do this again? Can I build it up from the bottom? And yeah, through doing this course, it kind of just like really helped give me the the like confidence and motivation to be like I can do this again. I believe in my ability to reach more people and to like cultivate a fan base.
And
So
you
yeah,
did,
that
and you
really
will. Yeah.
thank you.
So, you've been to Bali, you've been to Indonesia. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
it's a part of something that inspired you to do all of this now.
Totally.
So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess you could say thank you, Indonesia, I guess.
Thank you, Indonesia. Terima kasih.
Oh, terima kasih, James Berkeley. Okay.
Sama-sama.
Oh, you get the whole. I think you get the whole deal now.
Let's go.
You're basically Indonesian now. Okay, so but you're still in touch with your bandmates, your former bandmates, right?
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
actually quite nice being able to just be friends without relying on like them for like for yeah like for something yeah for like work basically. It was really nice just being like, oh, we're just like we can be friends now without
yeah,
there being like another side of it. Not that like there was we were like super close throughout the process. It was just yeah, everybody collectively has agreed that it was like by far the best thing. Like it was time. Like everyone was on the same board when I brought it up. So yeah.
yeah. It was 7 years. It was basically your youth, right?
Totally.
So, you play multiple musical instruments, and you produce your own music, and you also write your own music. How did you juggle your roles while working on this debut album? And can you give us like a piece of what you felt throughout the whole process, and what's the story behind the songs? You have 11
Mm.
songs in this debut album, right?
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Walk us through it.
So it definitely felt like a lot. I think in a certain way, one of the reasons why I wanted to do like a post in this at the end of the summer saying that I was going to do an album was to give myself a deadline. Basically, I was like, you know, if I say it, if I say it out loud, then I have to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely felt like a lot. I tried to I tried to just like break it down a little bit and just I definitely write in spurts. That's something that I've always had. There'll be a few months where I don't really get much out, and then there'll be like a 2 3 week period where it just all comes out. So that definitely happened, which was helpful. Um, so yeah, the whole of this album I wrote on guitar, which is not something that I've done since I was like a teenager. Like
Mm.
piano's been like always the instrument that I start when I'm writing. But yeah, with this album, I wanted it was kind of like a rebellion post Yakul. I wanted to just start something new and kind of do it in a different way. So yeah, gravitated towards the guitar, wrote the whole thing on it, and like I'm not a very good guitar player, so I was
Mhm.
limited with my choices. So I ended up just writing simpler songs.
Oh.
So another thing was that with the band, because it wasn't all mine, I felt like there was there was a certain level of vulnerability that I didn't feel comfortable being lyrically when it because it was the band. It wasn't just me.
Mhm.
With the solo project, I felt like I could truly be myself, and you know, I've always found it hard to be really vulnerable lyrically. So I tried to push myself to be uncomfortable and to just to really express certain things, certain struggles that I have. So yeah, a lot of that album is about just finding it hard to open up, express certain emotions, and to like treat myself well and like talk to myself positively, and also this kind of like bittersweet nostalgia for how simple life felt when you're a kid, and there's like a certain way that you see the world that's really magical, and then as you grow up like the stresses of life kind of just like slowly come in, and like you lose that sense of magic that you have as a child. So yeah, a lot of it was trying to reconnect with that part of myself.
Right. Amazing. That's an incredible journey for you. It must be very scary, isn't it?
Yeah, like honestly, it was yeah, it was hard to kind of like yeah, be that much more vulnerable lyrically than I have before. But yeah, I definitely want to like continue that because the music that kind of most affects me emotionally is when like yeah, when you can just tell that someone's being like fully honest and just like super authentic to
Yeah,
themselves.
definitely.
I think people resonate with that so much.
Yeah. And I can tell, and you definitely have to go on through this journey because I listened to the whole album, and what I can say is the whole album is incredibly rich in emotions and in genre. I can feel like the soul, the jazz, the dream pop, the indie, the electronic. It's like you blend everything so well. So what made you want to blend these genres? Is it like what you've been doing all this time, and you feel comfortable with this, or did you explore a lot?
Mm. Well, yeah, firstly, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, so I would say that the framework of starting everything on guitar definitely helped take this in a different direction. I think like the starting place can really dictate stuff. So yeah, because I have a better understanding of harmony on the piano, I
Right.
definitely have a tendency of overcomplicating stuff when I'm writing. So like throwing in too many chords and just like making it quite dense and complicated. So I really wanted to see where what directions I got taken in if I started on a different instrument. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I would say that at the start of it, I didn't really know where it was going to go. And I would actually say that from my experience of writing full length projects, I would say that you can have an idea of where you want an album to go, like sonically, like I want it to sound like these are my influences, this is what I want it to sound like. But if you're really being truly authentic to the music that is coming out of you, you're never gonna know what it's gonna sound like exactly,
Ah, I
which is really
see.
exciting. Like
Ah,
you can like kind of nudge it in a certain direction, but as long as you're really just like trusting and like letting music come out of you, it's yeah, you can't dictate exactly which direction it's going to go in. So yeah, I really love that about writing. So it was like I was kind of going on the journey as well. And in fact, so like end of last year, when I was getting pretty close to my deadline, I had it in my head that I wanted to get another couple songs on the
mhm.
album, and I was trying to finish a couple things, and I just had this moment where I was like, oh, I've suddenly shifted stylistically just a little bit, and this no longer sounds like it's part of this album. And that was the thing that made me decide like it's finished. Like these are the only songs going on here because now the things that I'm writing feel like another project,
Right.
which was interesting. Yeah.
That's very exciting. I mean, I can totally see that you get thrilled by the whole creativity process by exploring the musical instrument that you've probably not touched for years. I mean, you played the key, right? And you were the vocalist when you were in your band,
Yeah.
in your former
Yeah. Yeah.
band. And yeah, I can see that you totally explore this music inside of you and you're trying to connect it to the world. And that's amazing.
Hmm.
So, were there any challenges because you were trying to be vulnerable with what you felt and you were trying to pour it into your music? Was there any like emotional or something that felt like didn't write with you, or any challenges at all regarding your feelings? Because this is very open. This is like you opening up through music, right? And it's hard.
Mm,
I mean, hard. It's hard to open up in any
definitely.
way.
Yeah, I would say that the weirdly the things that I weirdly I seem to struggle more. It's like opening up in like a positive way than a
Yeah.
negative way. I always find it easier to yeah, I can express negative emotions in a much easier way than like expressing positive ones. Like yeah, expressing love, whether it's to other people or to myself, feels a lot harder. There's like a different level of vulnerability. Um, it's interesting how much harder it can be to like sit with joy or sit with pleasure compared to sitting with like depression or anxiety.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Um, I honestly, I don't really know what the answer is there. Maybe, yeah, we're just like so wired to focus on, like to have negative bias, like from when we were like hunter gatherers, and any like that something could be life or death, and now it's not really. For the most part, that's not the case, but we're still wired like that. So I definitely found yeah, any expression of positive emotions harder to express through the writing process.
Right. Oh, if I'm not mistaken, I think you once said that Give Me Love, your song, it is about when you're at your lowest and you can see that the people surrounding you, the people who loves you, they still see the best in you. They still see the best version of you. And I think a lot of people resonates with that. And would you send a message to all of our audiences? You can call them L friend because I think a lot of them would probably feel the same and they would want to listen to your music and relate to you.
100%. Well, yeah, I'd say to all the L friends that I really hope that yeah, through listening to this album, it can make everybody feel like validated in the way that they're feeling. Like even if they're like going through stuff, even if like the world's feeling super loud and like overwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully it can be a little like safety net, a little like warm blanket on um like yeah on a day that like just when everything feels a bit much. Um, in the same way that like where we started, I was yeah like there's music that I gravitate towards that just makes me feel comforted and safe, like insulates me from the world, and I'd really love for my music to be that for somebody else.
That's amazing. I would love to make this as my comfort song, honestly. Oh,
Please.
and one of your accomplishments were that you performed at three sold out shows at Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club. That's amazing. I mean, if you've got the chance to do another tour, maybe an Asian tour, and then you can go to Indonesia. Would you go to Indonesia? I mean, you probably would go to Bali. You
I
would
would
probably visit us again.
I would absolutely love to come out to Indonesia. Like I had, yeah, it's such a good time when like in Jakarta and then obviously yeah in Bali as well. But I would yeah, I'd absolutely love to come back. Yeah, like I'm not putting loads of pressure on the live side right now. I'm just like I'm very focused on online and just like writing as much as possible. But I do love live and I love playing and I love connecting with people like after the show and stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping that Indonesia is something that I can make happen like next year sometime.
That's amazing. What's the one thing that you love the most about Indonesia? If I
Oh, it's hard. I mean, I should say like the like the atmosphere and the people, like everyone was just like so friendly, and I haven't been to that many places where I just felt so like safe and so like just everybody was so nice
Nice.
and just made me feel very like at home.
That's really nice. That's really nice. Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh, okay. But back to your music. Your music is often described as cross genre. I mean, what was the choice from the start, or did it like develop naturally during the creative process? Like you said before, you can never actually tell what kind of music you will be producing, or did you actually plan it before?
So there were definitely like certain influences that I had on this project, like certain, I would say I was chasing a feeling more than a sound. So there were certain albums that gave me this like emotional response, just like really kind of like hit me there. And I guess I was chasing that feeling both in myself and in like the listener. Like I wanted my album to give other people that feeling, and I wanted to have that feeling while I was making it. Like I definitely, if I started writing something and it wasn't giving me that feeling pretty early on, I found it really hard to continue. I'm like, nah, it's not the one.
Oh,
Which it's not a good way to
yeah,
approach
yeah,
writing
yeah.
because a lot of the time you discover that feeling along the way. Like you can't count on having that feeling instantly every time. That's just like not a realistic approach. But
It's
I
like
got
a writer's
so
block, but for a musician.
yeah, kind of
Yeah.
yes, yeah, totally. So the way to do it is to kind of always push through that. But
Mm.
I think because I was chasing this feeling so much, if I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
getting it straight away, I was like, nah, I don't know. On to the next one.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, like I said, like a lot of these songs did come in quite a short space of time, which one of the things I really like about that is it feels like I feel like you can kind of tell that it was written in a short space of time. There's not that it all sounds the same, but that it sounds like cohesive. It sounds like the songs are connected in a certain way. Like a lot of my favorite albums, I can just tell that they wrote it all in a short space of time. It's like it feels like the same person, like from the start to the finish, rather than like, oh, that was written like 2 years afterwards. Like you can tell like lyrically and just like that they've moved on as a person. But I love it when an album just feels like it really represents a
The
moment in
feeling, the
time for that person.
moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. So, if I can say this, Lost Boy Golden Hour is definitely not just a debut album, it's a form of creative freedom. And it's your creative freedom, actually. What does that mean to you personally as a new soloist now? To have your own creative freedom?
Mm. It it felt really, really, yeah, it felt and it feels really, really nice. To I guess to just have like complete creative control over it. Not to say that with the band like we were constantly like butting heads and like disagreeing on stuff, but having just being able to do exactly what I want, and I can do it in my own time frame. And there's something really satisfying about not having any other moving parts. I was like, I can just be here in my studio and I can just do this all myself, and like I don't have to ask permission from anybody. I don't have to like run it by anybody first. It's just like it's just me doing this, and like the simplicity of that felt really exciting to me.
Right. Oh, okay. Giving me love. It's very touching and personal, right? Let me get back there. Uh, what is the deepest meaning to this song to you? And does anyone inspire you to make this song? And does or any life event maybe happen to for you to make the song?
I would say that in the last couple years, I've been going to therapy, and that's definitely helped me like notice the patterns that I get into, like negative thought patterns, and just like some of the ways that I talk to myself. Um, yeah, a combination of that and just like having people in my life that that are just really positive influences on me, and yeah, through them it's like yeah easier to see those things for myself. um yeah, I would say that, and then also um I can't think of it specifically what would have like inspired this one like stylistically, but it was one of the first things that I wrote from the album, at least the chorus was. I actually took quite a long time to finish the rest of the song. Like I had the chorus and I really loved it and it took me a couple months to kind of join the dots for the rest of it. I think I really loved the lyrics to the chorus and just what they meant, and it took a bit of time to figure out how to say the rest, I think.
Ah, so therapy was a big part of it.
Definitely, definitely.
You're definitely very self-aware, James. Okay, so we appreciate this so much. We appreciate that you would talk about this, all of this, you pouring your heart into your music, you pouring your heart into your creative process and everything. And we definitely hope that you would come to Indonesia and perform your music for us. So, last but not least, please share a word with your fans in Indonesia and please maybe share us something that we can share together.
Well, yeah, firstly, like, thank you so much to anybody that has, yeah, supported me and listened to this album. Yeah, I hope that, through listening to this, you can understand me better as a person, me better as an artist, and more importantly, hopefully, it can help you understand yourself better. And yeah, get you through like whether you're going through like difficult times or good times, that it can just like be there, make you feel validated in your feelings, and yeah, just be this like kind of warm blanket on a summer's evening kind of feeling.
Nice. Okay, one last thing. Can you please give hello to our elf friends who have been listening to your music? And you can actually promote your song, you can promote your album here, and you can just share your thoughts with elf friend. And maybe you can give us a call sign to listen to our radio.
Sure. Did you wanna? Is there a specific way you want me to say
No, it's up to
the
you.
course?
It's up to you.
Okay. Hi, L friends. Yeah, I'm James Berkeley. You can listen to my new album on all streaming platforms now. And if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I like to do quite a lot of behind the scenes videos where you can kind of see my process, see how I write, and the way that some of these songs come together. And yeah, thank you so much, Lala and Alpha Radio. Yeah.
Thank you so much, James. You're such a lovely person and you make such lovely music. So, Elfriend, that wraps up our conversation with James Berkeley, an artist who doesn't just create music but builds emotion through every note he plays. Thank you, James, for sharing your journey, your stories, and your heart with us today. To everyone listening, don't forget to stream Lost Boy Golden Hour, especially the beautiful single, Giving Me Love. Let the music remind you of your own golden hour moments. So stay inspired, stay kind, and we'll catch you in the next meeting. We hopefully would talk to you again in sometime soon, James.
100%,
Much
Lala.
love.
Thank you so much.
Much
Lots
love
of love.
from us to you, and until then, keep the music alive. Bye.